Good morning. All right, we are on Christmas Advent Day 3. This is going to be our Day 3 of our Meet-In Advent calendar. How exciting. You guys, today is a fun one. Hi, Brooklyn. Welcome in. Today is a fun one. We are going to be learning about... we're going to be pulling out Day 3 art supply, and that means that we get to do something super fun because it's not our normal watercolors today. It's something different. We're going to be using a different medium today, which I know is going to be really fun. I don't know if you guys are excited as I am, but I am excited about today because we're going to get to do some mixed media today with the stuff that we pull out of our Meet-In Advent calendar today. And it's going to be super fun. So I hope that everybody will step out of their comfort zone and enjoy some fun. Hey, Stacy Lee, welcome in. How's it going? We are going to be doing our Meet-In Advent Day 3. So while we are waiting for everybody to hop on and get their supplies and everything, let's talk about yesterday's goodies that we got and the day before. So day 1, we got this amazing brush from Meet-In. It is a size 10. It is synthetic squirrel hair. It is crazy beautiful in its shape and tip. And you just put it together like this, and you have this amazing brush. It doesn't rust. It stays really tight around the ferrule. This is a great brush. So we got this for day 1. And then for day 2, we ended up with the Meet-In postcards. So the Meet-In postcard paper, and we did a postcard yesterday. Let me pull all my stuff. It's in the box right here. So this was yesterday's item, and it is 10 different watercolor postcards. They are not different, but they're all the same, but we can make them different. It comes with the border already around it, and you just paint. Look at the texture of this. How beautiful is this? So this particular, hey Rhonda, welcome in. This particular paper is very, very textured, and I love it. It's a hot press. So this was day 2. All right. So day 1 was the brush. Day 2 was the Meet-In postcard paper. So we are going to be on day 3 today. I'm not gonna open it just yet because I want to make sure everybody has time to get on here and open with me, because I know a lot of you guys grabbed this calendar and are doing these challenges each day with me. So this is what we did the first day with the brush. Okay, so we did this one on day 1. This is what we did yesterday on day 2 with the postcard paper that came in the packet. So today, though, we are going to be stepping out of our comfort zone because today is not a watercolor supply, guys. Today is something different. So it's going to require you to step out of your watercolor comfort zone. We're going to do something new, and that's okay. We're going to have some fun. Everybody comment in the comment section. You guys give me give me where you're from. Tell me what's going on with you these days. I hope you guys are having a happy, wonderful Wednesday morning. I'm super excited about day 3. This 24 days of creativity is going. Thank you, Mrs. B. You're so sweet. You guys are going to, we're going to have so much fun with this 24 days of creativity. Northern Illinois. Ooh, is it cold there, Kinder Kelly? I'm just curious because we're having a chilly spell here in Texas, and I'm not used to it. I'm in Texas, so you're way far from me. But I'm curious if it's cold there already. Extremely? Okay, yeah. Ooh, see, I'm not a cold person. That's why I live in Texas. It gets, but you know, in the summer times here, it's so hot you can't stand it. So we try to travel a lot in the summer and get out of Texas and go where it's cooler. But in the wintertime, it's nice because like right now I am freezing and it's like, I don't know, maybe 45 degrees here, which to y'all is probably super comfortable. Oh, Tennessee, Miss B. I love Tennessee. One of my favorite places. My aunt lived in Sneedville, Tennessee, and we used to go and float the Clinch River. We loved it there. Love, love, love it. Sorry, guys. I'm drinking water and taking my morning supplements as we wait for people to hop on. Okay, so we're going to be doing a day 3 of the Meet and Advent calendar. So one more time, this was day 1. We got this beautiful brush, this travel brush. It is an amazing watercolor brush, but also you can use it for other mediums as well. But it doesn't rust. It has a really tight ferrule, and it keeps its shape really well, and check this out. It holds a ton of water, guys. Now, one of the things that my concern on this brush was how I was going to get it back into here. And I just made sure that I wrung it out really well, but it was still damp enough to keep all the bristles together so that when you put it back into the tube, it doesn't fray the brush. And I really like this brush, y'all. It's a really good brush. If you love meat and brushes like I do, you are definitely going to love this brush. So this was day 1. Okay. And we did this with it. I think it turned out super cute. We also used the Aura glitter pins, which was nice. Western Middle Tennessee and Perry County. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. I love Tennessee. It's beautiful country up there, Miss B. All right. So that was day 1. And then day 2, we got this packet of Meeden watercolor postcards. And it comes with 10 in a package. So we painted on one of those. And this was our creation yesterday. So this was the Meeden Advent Calendar day 2. Oh, yay. I love that, Miss B. Dream property. Oh, see, we're looking to do that. We're thinking... We just bought some property. We just sold our house of 30 years, sold our business of 35 years, bought some property, and we are restoring an 1860s home. And we are doing it all ourselves, DIY style. So it has been an adventure. However, it is not going, I don't think it's going to be our forever home. I think we're going to probably end up flipping it at some point. And then we would like to go up into the New Hampshire area and find some dream property there and live the rest of our life out there. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would be something that we would love to do. So off grid, 3 kiddos. Oh, yay. See, and our kiddos are moving onto this property with us, and we're doing all of it together. My daughter's TikTok page is actually our whole restoration process. So, so if you guys like that kind of stuff, you can follow our journey there on her page, which is right here. This Pamela Tyner is her page for TikTok. And that's our restoration journey of this house. So feel free to follow her there if you would like to do that. All right, we are going to open up day 3. Who is ready? Give me some thumbs up in the comments so we can see what our day 3 our day 3 art supply is going to be today and what kind of challenge we're going to face on it, using it to create something fun this morning. Thumbs up in the comments and we're going to open it up, okay? So y'all give me some thumbs up. This is the Meeden. Sorry, y'all, my art studio floor. Look at this. I accidentally dropped a whole can of orange stain, and it will not come off the floor. It's everywhere. Like I've scrubbed and scrubbed, and it will not come off the floor. But that's okay. I'm going to end up painting the floor anyway. So I know this is my baby Pickles. This is Mr. Pickles. Can you say hi, Mr. Pickles? Yep, that's my Mr. Pickles. He's our Springer Spaniel. And he's been with us for a month and a half now, I think. He just had his surgery this week so that he can't have babies. So he's having to stay inside for a couple of days. No, sir. No, sir. Off. Off. Thank you. All right. So we are going to open our Creative Christmas day number 3. All right. This is going to be so fun, you guys. I'm so excited. All right. Hey, stop. Off. All right. So day number 3, drum roll, dun, 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 is, ta-da! It is oil-based colored pencils. All right. So now to do oil-based stuff, we need a thick paper. And we need to have some really fun additives to go with it because we're going to do some mixed media stuff. Now, these are not sharpened, so as we use them, we will have to sharpen them. But I do have a electric sharpener, so hopefully it will work on these. I'm going to try one just to see because I want to make sure that I can sharpen them. Yeah. Perfect. All right, so now we have this oil base. And what these are, they're going to be a very smooth, like creamy type medium. Let me pull this out so you guys can see it. This is my spare. Okay, so see, they're going to be a very, very smooth, creamy medium. Okay. So we are going to use these today along with a bunch of other stuff because you guys, we're not just going to do pencil work, but truth be told, you can do just strictly pencil work. But I'm going to go ahead and sharpen these while I'm waiting for all of our other people to get on. Stacy, you opened yours? Yay! I'm glad I have an electric pencil sharpener because I would hate to have to hand sharpen all of these. That would not be fun at all. How is everybody doing this Wednesday? Let me know in the comments. This is going to be a fun project, you guys. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to... I think I'm going to pull out my journal, my mixed media journal, and we'll just do a journal page with some fun, like, add-ins, and we'll use our pencils and all the things. It'll be fun. I've not ever used oil-based colored pencils before, so it should be fun. Yes, I loved your deer pick. You did a great job. I've not ever used oil pastel pencils before, so we are about to figure out how to do those. So you guys know that I'm not afraid to try something new and mess it up if I need to. Well, what is your daughter? What kind of things is your daughter into? What does she like? Tell me, and I will help you make some decisions. And y'all, I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm probably not supposed any art. Okay. Well, I'm going to, she's like, okay, cool. I don't know. Like, the thing is like, do you know what she has already? That's the hard part. I'm going to tell you, this is what I asked for from my friends and family, because I have a lot of really great art supplies, but I don't have a lot of really high-end stuff because, unfortunately, you know, funds are limited. So, yay, Stacy, I'm glad you got it open. All right. But this is what I asked for, just simply because I like Paul Rubens watercolors. They're very professional. They're really nice sets. So that's what I asked my hubs for. So hopefully, oh, a heated recliner chair. That is so nice. Wow. I need one of those. That's one of the things that I asked for, this professional watercolor set here. And then obviously anytime you get in, like, you can never go wrong with getting paper, and because, you know, it's something that you use up. So anything that that you use on a regular basis that's a disposable thing is always good to replace things, like, you know, several packets of paper, or you know, things that are going to be used up fairly regularly is always great. I do want to I'm going to show you guys this. Now, I'm not supposed to do this because I'm not going to direct you guys off of the site. I'm not doing it, okay? But you can, I'm going to tell you that this is available on the big site that we use to have things shipped to us overnight on a regular basis, okay? I have several things that are on that site. So I want to show you guys those. This is one of them right here. And you can get these on there, okay? And you can, if you look in on my BIO on TikTok, you can find them. Hang on, I'm going to find it. It's stuck here. Here it is. Okay. So this right here is a coloring book that I did, and I've got a new one coming out, a follow-up to this called Colors of Forgiveness. But this is coming out, or this is already available, and it has a devotional on one side, and then it has a coloring page on the other side. So, and it has 30 of them. So, I've already started coloring on this one, but these are, so it's a full devotional. Yes, this is mine. Okay. And it is, I wrote all of the devotionals, and with the help of, obviously, I didn't draw all of this. I sketched it. I had AI enhance my drawings, and but the devotionals I wrote completely. So I wrote all the devotionals, I sketched out the drawings, and then had AI enhance it to create a coloring page for each drawing. And that is available. So you can either type this in on that site, you can type this in on that site, or you can just go to my TikTok page and click the LINK in my BIO, and there'll be a place there for it. So if anybody, you know, likes to do coloring books and you want a copy of mine, that's how you can get it. So I'm not supposed to direct you off here, so I just want you guys to know that that's not what I'm doing. I was just showing you guys. I do have another one coming out, hopefully in the next like 2 weeks, if it gets through the publishing process. And it will be coming out, and it's called Colors of Forgiveness. And it's another 30-day devotional, just very similar to that one, with different coloring pages and different devotionals, obviously all based around learning to forgive ourselves and others. Okay. All right. So I have them all. Cool. Yeah. It's a really cool little Christmas gift, I think, Miss B. It's a nice thing to give someone. I gave a lot out as gifts last Christmas for that, and everybody really loved them. All right. So we are going to, there are several things I'm going to pull out today. Okay. The first one, I'm going to put these away because we're not going to be using these today. I don't think. We might, but probably not. Let me pull my supplements over here. Put those in a little cup so I can finish taking those for the day. I have to take them all morning long because I take like 18 different supplements, but It's better than taking 18 different pharmaceuticals. So, yeah, that would be cool. I love that. I love that, Miss B. That would be nice. Okay. So here is my book. This is my mixed media book. So what I think that we might do is a page in here with those colored pencils. How do you guys feel about doing something like that with the colored pencils? Maybe we could do, add some paper on here, and we could do a, do like a Christmas tree or something like that. Totally. I mean, this is going to be, I'm going to need some feedback from you guys that are doing this with me, because I've never used oil colored pencils. I mean, I guess we could do just a regular sketch too in my sketchbook, but we just did, Carrie, we opened Advent page number 3, and it is these oil-based pencils, colored pencils. So I'm thinking that we are going to do, I don't know, I'm thinking I'm going to do some mixed media today in my mixed media book, but I don't really know if that's gonna work because I've never used these kinds of pencils before. So let me look really quickly and see on here on Pinterest and see if I can find, let's see, oil pencils. That's what we're gonna search for and see what's on there. Oil-based pencils. Because we could probably do just some sort of a just some sort of a Christmas tree or something like that, maybe. I think they're probably a lot like watercolors, but you just blend them. So I just don't feel like this is a pumpkin. Let's see if I can figure this out, y'all. Maybe we'll just do like a little I don't really know, guys, because I've not done a lot of colored pencils. I'm just looking through Pinterest to see if there's some ideas in here. I really feel like mixed media is going to be the best way to use these, other than just coloring something, which we can color. I mean, that's okay too. But I feel like if we did, let's do a candy cane. I mean, come on. We can do that, right? Let me see. Oops. Look, I even got Christmas music, you guys. Okay. Let me see. Oops. Look, I even got Christmas music, you guys. Okay. Let's do... All right. Let's put this up. We're not going to do that. We're going to pull out... we're going to use yesterday's supply, so we're going to use some of this watercolor paper that Meeden gave us. And we are going to try to use these pencils to create something fun. We're going to do, I think we can do a candy cane. Because I know I can do a candy cane. I know I can draw that. I know I can color that. All the things. So, that's what we're going to try to do. Now, I'm trying to see if... I was looking at this because this is a watercolor painting, but I think we could do that with pencils. I feel like we could do that with pencils. What do you guys think? I think we can. So. Okay. All right, so we are going to now do day 3. All right, day 3 of the Advent calendar. Here it is, the Meet-In calendar, or the Meet-In Advent calendar. It is pinned down here. If you guys have not gotten your calendar yet, they still have some in stock. Not a lot. They have a few still left. So feel free to click that link and join us. These replays will be uploaded to my Tube of You, so that's not going to be an issue. If you guys are interested in getting those replays, you can get those at any point. We're going to do this. We're going to draw out a candy cane. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my pencil first because, hey, Jules, how's it going? All right. So we're going to go ahead and do that with, I don't like that one though. I want to find a different one that's a little bit simpler. So let me see. There it is. Okay. Oh, goodness. I didn't realize it was a video. I don't need a video. I just need a picture. Hang on. Let me find a picture. There we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do our candy cane at an angle. All right. So if you guys are following along, we're going to do a rounded end like this. So it's going to kind of be like a little parentheses shape, right? And we are going to go up and over like an upside down J. And I'm doing the outside. So I'm making it wider because we're doing the outside. And we want to have room to do the inside. I kind of jiggled there at the end. I'm not sure what happened. And I'm going to try to keep it the width the same all the way around. Now I'm going to fix this. It's a little too wide. It's getting this width and everything kind of uniform that's hard about drawing candy canes. Remember to use your shoulder to pull, and that helps. And another little parentheses at the bottom. Okay. Yes, Miss B, you definitely should. This is fun. We're going to do every day. And again, like, I don't know. Truth be told, I've not used oil pastels before, so I can't tell you how this is going to turn out. This may be a complete disaster, but you know what? If it is, we've learned, right? So, all right, so we're going to use, so what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with the red parts, and I want it to have kind of a highlight down the center. So I'm going to do my stripes. These are smooth, y'all. I really like the way these feel when you draw with them. All right, so we're going to do our stripes. And when I do them, I'm going to color them in like this. And I'm going to leave a little white part in the middle, okay, which is going to be this. And I'm going to leave a little white part in the middle, okay, which is going to be, so just make sure that as you do that, you're leaving your white centers so that you have your highlights, okay? See how that's going to do? So that is how we're going to do this. Now, I'm going to darken these up in a little while, but for now, I just want to get them drawn out. Okay. Alexa, play Spotify.
Okay, here's Spotify.
Okay, so just leave your centers open. This was not my plan today, you guys. I did know that we were doing oil pencils, but I thought they were oil pastels. So I had a little bit of a different plan, but hey, we're going to pivot and figure it out. Okay. And let me tell you, the supplies in this are going to challenge me because there's several things in this that I don't use, I've either never used or don't use very often. So it's going to be one of those things. Now, before we get to the bottom, I think we're going to need to draw out our bow because we're going to want that bow, because these are pencils, we're not going to be able to like go, I don't think we're going to be layering very well. So I'm going to make my berries. I'm going to do some berries here. And then I'm going to do some of our holly leaves. Like that. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So that we can make sure that our stripes are in the right place. I wanted to go ahead and put that in the center there. I don't think I'm going to do a bow. I think I'm just going to leave the holly leaves like that. I think that'll work. What do you guys think? I think that'll be fine. This one's a little skinny. Let's fix that. There, that's better. Okay. I think we're good there. All right, so now I'm going to get my pencil again. And I am going to finish working on some of these stripes. I wonder if these erase. Oh, they kind of do. Interesting. So they do kind of erase a little bit in case you mess up. Again, I've never used these before, so we're just learning as we go, guys. Learning as we go. It'll be fun to figure out how to shade with these things because there's only one of each. Well, there's a few. This is two different reds. So there's two of each shade other than the purple. So we'll be able to shade a little bit. All right, so normally we would have Let's see, this is part of our candy cane right here. Let's see, we're probably gonna go like this. Okay, so do you see how that highlight is going across the center of this to make it look like it's highlighted? Now we're going to go back in and shade and darken it up and do all of our shadows and stuff, but I think that looks really good so far with the way that it's giving us some highlights, right? What do you guys think? Okay. Pretty. Very, very pretty so far. Feeling good about this. It's kind of scary because, all right, so there's the candy cane, the stripes on it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, how do I want to do this, y'all? Do I want to do gray? I just don't know. I feel like I'm going to need to do some gray. Some really light to shadow. I think that's going to look good. What do you guys think about this? I think that's going to give it some good shadow. So we're using the gray, which is the 798. Okay, we're going to use this and we're going to go really light on the edge. Just like we did the red, but do it very, very light-handed because we just want a hint of color because technically it's white. So we don't want too much. These are fun though. I'm going to have to use these more often because these are, I don't do drawings and sketches like this very often. Watercolors are super forgiving, so I tend to fall to those because I'm not that great of an artist. But this is going to challenge me to kind of get out of my box, which is the whole point of this Advent calendar anyway, is to do and create maybe things that you have never tried before. So, and I've never tried oil pencils before, so I don't know how they do. But that looks pretty good, I think, so far. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come across the top sections here and I'm going to darken this up. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use this other red to kind of blend that. Where's my pencil sharpener? These need to be sharp for this, so. I definitely want to see how these blend. They're almost like soft core. If you've ever used soft core. And I may have to pull out my soft core just because I may need some other colors in this red to create the shading that I want. I feel like I need a darker red than that. Maybe this brown will work. Let's try that. That looks pretty good. What do you guys think about that? And then we would go along here and just darken this up just a little bit. We might be able to get away with using just these. I don't know. We'll see. Don't know. I could blend with white. Let's see how that looks. Oh, that looks better. So go over the top of this with the white. And go over this. Okay, so now we're learning that you can for sure blend, but the white is going to be kind of what helps to get that done. Okay. What do you guys think about that? You guys, these are kind of fun. Like I said, I've never used oil based pencils before, but hey, meet an Advent Day 3. It's getting me out of my comfort zone. So we're going to keep going. The first thing I'm going to do though, guys, is I'm going to grab my other pencils. They are a soft core. They're not oil, but they're soft core. And I'm going to grab them just so I have them in case I need other colors, because I don't want to, I got to find them though, because you guys know my studio is a complete wreck right now. And they're usually in my cabinet, but they're not now, so I may not be able to grab them. Oh, here they are. Okay, so these are, I use these quite frequently, and they are just a soft core pencil. So they're similar to oil, but they don't have the oily blendy texture like these have, so they're a little different. But if I do need to step in and grab some of those, or if you're looking for a good pencil that's similar to this because you don't have the oil pastels or the oil pencils, I'm gonna put them up on the screen for you guys so you have them. These are what I use for in my coloring books to color with. I love them. And they're a lot of fun. But again, I wanted to make sure that I have colors if I need them, because this is a limited set. This is like, what, 12 maybe? Or 10. And one thing I will say about these is that they tend to be kind of hard to sharpen. Gotta dump my sharpener. The tip, unfortunately, tends to, now with a lot of soft core and oil that happens, so this is not unusual, but I bent it and the tip broke, so I've got to get it resharpened now. You want to be careful to keep your pencil straight in the sharpener so you don't accidentally break the tip, because it is oil, and oil is very sensitive to breaking. So okay, so we're gonna go. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this the Scarlet Red, which is what I used initially, and I'm pressing a lot harder and getting it to darken up at the top here. Okay, so I'm going with that color here. And then I'm taking the bright red and I'm going back over the top of all of it and bringing it down with a medium pressure. And then I'm going and taking the brown and just barely putting in a little bit of brown at the top to kind of just distinguish the difference. And then I'm taking the white and blending over the top of all of it, which is bringing it all together. Okay, like that. Okay, any questions on how I did that? So, and if you don't like it, go back in. There's a part here that I feel like needs to be a little darker and come down a little farther. So I'm just going to do that whole thing over again, just to make sure. Because I don't like this to be a straight line. I want it to be kind of jagged. So you don't want to do it in a straight line. And then blend it with the white. Okay. And that kind of gives it like, it makes it feel like it's rounded. Okay. This right here. Yes. Day 3 is a package of, it was a package of these oil-based pencils. Okay. So we are doing a candy cane with them. And I have never used oil-based pencils before. So I am just winging it today, which totally is okay, because if it turns out to be a disaster, then it just is, right? All right, so I'm using the gray, and I'm just doing a slightly darker shadow across the top right here. Just like that, and then I'm going to go over it with the white. Okay. And I'm just kind of looking to see where I feel like I need color for the white sections, because we want, I mean, obviously it's white, so we don't want to overdo it, but we definitely need some color in there. So I'm using this gray to do that. And then I'm just blending it with the white. So that's what it's gonna, so I kind of have just these little shadows right here. Okay. All right. How we doing? I'm never on time anymore. Jamie, I'm never on time. I've never been on time in my life. What are you talking about? You are my kind of girl. That is exactly the type of person I need in my life, giving me all kinds of it's okay to be late vibes. Oh, thank you, Carrie. Well, I've never used oil-based pencils before, so we'll see how it turns out in the end, because honestly, it could still turn out either way. You just never know. So yes, Jamie, you are my you're my soulmate when it comes to that, because you can ask my mom if she's on here. I think she is, but I'm rarely, if ever, on time to anything. All right, let's move on to the next section. So we are going to darken this up just a little bit over the curve here. Bring it down. Darken this up just a tad here. And blend that Whoops, goodness, I'm throwing things around, y'all. Blend it out with the white. This white just kind of smooths it all out, which is nice. Okay, I think I need to bring this down a little bit more. So I'm just making this jagged, guys. So I'm not doing like a straight line across. I'm going down longer here and up here and down here and up. So it's not, so it looks more natural. If you do just a straight line, it's going to look like you did, you know, it's not going to give it the look that we want. Okay, we've established that I cannot hold on to a pencil, so we know that. That's definitely something that we found out today. Okay, so there's that section. I might have gone a little heavy-handed on it, but I think it looks all right. Yes, these are the oil-colored pencils, Jamie. They were day 3 of the Meet and Advent calendar. The ones that I have pinned are soft core. They are not oil, and the reason that I have them pinned is because these are the ones that I use if I'm using colored pencils for something. Meeden, I don't think, has these on their site that I know of. So otherwise I would pin them. But I think these were just something that you could get in the Advent calendar. I don't think it's something they carry that I've seen on their site. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong on that. They work almost identical to these soft core pencils. The only difference is they're a little bit more creamy. So they tend to be like oily, basically. They're a little bit more like smooth looking on the paper. So that's really kind of the difference. But I'll pull out, see, these are the ones. Oh, they do carry. Okay. I didn't see them in the TikTok shop. So they might on their regular, but I haven't seen them in the TikTok shop. So these are the ones that I have. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that they're soft core. I don't think they're oil-based. I'm going to pull them. I'm going to pull these reds out so that we can have them here in case I need to use them for something, and so that you guys can see the difference in how they look. So I can show you that. Let me see which one's closest. So this one's kind of the closest one to the color that we're using. And I'm just going to use it because I want you guys to kind of see how they work in comparison. They're going to be super similar. Okay, and then I would pull in my, let's see which one is closest to this. Probably this one. I would pull this in. And then I can pull my white. Let me find it. Y'all, I'm really liking using these, though. I never use them. I'm so glad that... So it's a slightly... I mean, the coloring is a little different because I didn't use the same pencil. But you can see this, the way that it blends and everything is very similar. Oh, I forgot to do the brown. That's why the coloring is different. Okay, now let's try that. Okay, so now the coloring is almost identical too. So you can see that they work such a better, you take a stop and blend the oil pencils. Yes, you can do that with both soft core and oil pencils, either one. Maybe these are the ones that are just soft core are going to be a little bit more difficult to blend with, but they both will blend. Yes. I mean, you can even do it if you rub your finger hard enough, you can do it with your finger. So, but yeah, you know, they're not going to blend like oil pastels are going to blend. But they will definitely blend. Uh-oh, my mic is causing, that's weird. Hang on, let me try this. Is that better? I don't have a normal mic. I just use my phone, so I should get one, and I just haven't. But let me know if that's better, Katie. It could be my phone. It got dropped last night, so it might have broke something in it. My granddaughter dropped it off of the cabinet every now and then. Okay, well, I turned my volume down, so maybe that'll help. It's because I'm leaning over my phone, so that could be part of the problem. Let me move it over here. I'm going to do this. Although I think that's going to cause y'all not to be able to see. So hang on, move it like this. Okay, we'll see how that works. Now I won't have to lean over you guys. And perhaps that will be better. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to show you the difference in these pencils versus the ones that we got. They're very, very similar to these Color. So we are going to use, so we're going to go back, but I'm going to go back to these because, again, I've never used them and I want to play around with them and see how they work. So we're going to go back to the gray. Y'all tell me if that's better on the mic. So now we're blending with the white. And if you feel the need, you can even add some additional like highlights of gray or shadows of gray in the middle slightly if you want. Oh, I bet it was my shirt. I didn't think about that. Sorry about that, guys. But I'm not leaning over it anymore, so now that won't happen, hopefully. All right, so what do you guys think about that at this point? I think it's starting to look like a candy cane, right? It needs a shadow, though. I think we're going to have to put a shadow under it. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to try. Okay, so again, we're using our Scarlet Red to go across the top. I'm giving it some heavy pressure. And then I'm going to use the bright red with medium to light pressure. And then I'm going to use the brown, which is the burnt sienna, right across the very top and down the side here to give it a slight shadow. There'll be a shadow a little bit across the bottom here too because it's the underside. So I'm going to add a little bit there, and then we're going to blend it all together. I feel like I need to do a little bit of this here. All right, how's that? Yeah, the brown is what I feel like is making it come together. Okay. I'm going to fix this. I feel like that's sticking out too far, so I'm going to bring this down. There, that's better. All right. So now we're on the curve part, so we're going to bring this down even further. I need to make this darker right here. So those of you who are doing this with me, tell me what you think of these pencils. I'm just curious how you're feeling about it. Or if y'all are just watching, because I know some of you guys are just watching. But I want you guys to get your calendars out, and I want you to do this, because even if it's not a medium you're comfortable with, because I'm definitely not comfortable with this, you guys, at all. I'm feeling very, very uncomfortable with it. But I'm learning a ton. Like, I've never used these before, so like I'm learning a lot. And that's the whole idea of getting into a medium that you're not used to, is you know, getting out of your comfort zone and doing things that maybe you normally wouldn't do. Okay, blend it out. I feel like this white pencil is really bringing it all together once we get all the colors on, by going over the top of it and smoothing everything out. I don't know. What do you guys think? I really like the look of it once we get the white pencil on it. I think it looks better. It's looking pretty good though. These are the oil-based colored pencils. They're very similar to a soft core pencil. We did, this one we did with the soft core, this right here, and these are all done with the oils. So they came in the Meet-In Advent Calendar for day 3. So we're doing the Meet-In Advent Calendar day 3. However, I didn't see them on the TikTok shop. I think they're only available in the Advent Calendar on TikTok, but you can look on their regular site, I guess. I don't know. But I pinned the ones that I use right here down below. And those are these soft core pencils. So they're very similar to these. I wanted you guys to have a good comparison. So I pulled out these and did one section with these so you would know how they compared to these that we're using. But a good soft core pencil or an oil colored pencil, oil-based colored pencil will work. All right, let me grab a sip of water. Okay, let's get back to it. All right, we're going to go to the gray now. I'm really liking the way the gray parts are turning out too, y'all. I didn't think that it was going to look like that. So I am noticing that when I run my hand across here, it's kind of smearing. So I'm going to take my eraser and clean that up some. And I guess that's going to be all right. It's not a big deal. Okay, I feel like I didn't do the brown good on this. I need to... Did I go over this with the white? I did. Why is it not looking the same as the rest of them? Let's try that. I don't think I was heavy-handed enough. Yep, I'm for sure smearing that when I rub my hand on it. I've got to stop doing that. I have to just pick it up and blow on it. Okay. All right, that's better. Yeah, that looks much, much better. It just took me having to get my pressure right. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably a good, yeah, I probably should have a piece of paper covering it. Okay, that's better though. I think that's looking pretty good. I feel like one of the things that I'm really having to learn with these, because like I said, I've never used these before, is pressure. So learning like how much pressure to put on each color to get the shade that I want. That's for sure something that is a learning curve. So if you guys are struggling with that, that's, you know, I'm definitely having to really learn the pressure. But the more that I use them, the more that I will get good at it, better at it. And also, guys, remember, like, we're getting out of our comfort zone today. We're using a medium that we're not used to. And it's okay to for it to not be perfect. We're learning. And I still feel like I'm going to fall in love with this piece, even if it's a little outside of what I'm used to. Now we're going to have this, it's going to be darker here because we've got that shadow of the leaf going over it. So it's going to have a little bit of a darker, a little bit more darker edges, even along the bottom here. And then we're going to use this to bring this together. And then our brown. These are the colors I'm using, by the way, in case you're wondering, out of the set. So it's the burnt sienna, the neutral gray, the bright red, the scarlet red, and the titanium white. Okay, and those are going to be, thanks for the follow. Those are going to be the colors that, if you're doing this candy cane with me, that you're going to need to use. This came out of the Meet and Advent calendar, day 3. We're doing day 3 today. So we are challenging ourselves the next 24 days to use art supplies out of the Advent calendar. So they may be things that we've not used before. So it is going to be a fun journey to stepping out of our comfort zone and using mediums that we've never used before. And again, nothing is going to be perfect, so don't expect it to be. And be okay with making mistakes. Okay? Hey, April. Good morning. Lindsay, thanks for the heart me. Mom, thanks for the go popular. You guys are awesome. Thanks for giving me all the gifts and all the things. Y'all comment, please. Click this, tap the screen, all the things that make everything work for the good of our FYP. Be sure you grab your engagement points, all those things. Okay. Again, we're going to add in our dark first, our scarlet red. It's going to be pretty dark there because we have the leaf. And the more pressure you put on the white, the more it's going to blend and kind of smooth it out a little bit more. But so far, I feel like it's looking pretty good. What do you guys think? Hey, OC girl, how's it going? Welcome in, welcome in. We're doing day 3 of the Advent, the Meet and Advent calendar, and it was these oil pastel pencils. So we are learning how to use them because I've never used them before. So we're making a candy cane, and we are figuring it out. Thank you, arm technician. I appreciate that. I normally do watercolors. This is the first time that we're doing any kind of pencil drawing. So, I do occasionally sketch and draw, and I do occasionally use soft core pencils for coloring and shading. So I kind of have a somewhat of an idea of how to use them, but again, I have definitely never used this medium before to do a full sketch. Like, this is the first time I've ever drawn and colored something on my own. I mean, I do sketches and I've uploaded them to like AI and let it enhance my sketches and then colored them because that's how my coloring books are done. But I have never drawn and colored in one sitting on anything. So here we are. It's kind of exciting and kind of fun, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm learning a lot using these pencils, guys. It's definitely something that I'm having to concentrate more on. Yes, completely out of my comfort zone. But since I've been doing lives, you guys have brought me a lot out of my comfort zone. So, and it's made me a better artist because of it. So I appreciate everybody allowing me to step into your space and create, and also the encouragement that you give me, and also allowing me to make mistakes and not being cruel as a lot of people can be on the internet these days. That was one of my reservations of starting to do lives, because it definitely is. It for sure is. How are the pencil leads? Do they break like Prisma? I'm so discouraged with them. Okay. Now, Wendy, these that I have down here are much, much better about not breaking when you sharpen them, or when you use them. Now these do not break. I'm pressing really hard and they don't break, but I did have one break when I was sharpening it this morning. I used an electric pencil sharpener, and it did break in the sharpener, but it sharpened right back up pretty easily. And it was because I kind of bent it when I put it in the sharpener, and I shouldn't have. So, that's kind of my take on that. I do have the Prismas, and I use them pretty frequently. And I would have to agree with you that the leads on those break. They definitely don't break like these for sure do not break like the Prismas do. Those are the ones that I have pinned down below. And I will say that for sure. But you know, I love my Prisma pencils. I love them. I love the way they color. I love the way they blend. But you're right. The leads are very soft in those. And the softer the lead, the more they tend to break. So, sorry guys. I just saw a spot up there that I didn't like on that. For some reason, this curve is giving me a fit. But I'm pressing really hard with this white to blend, and it's not breaking at all. So, my favorite set is what I have pinned. It's my very, very favorite set out of all of my colored pencils. So that's what I have pinned below. Because if I'm using colored pencils, that's my go-to for sure. But I'm really liking these oil ones too. I've never used these before. These are the first time I'm using these oil-based pencils. These are in the Meet-In Advent Calendar under day 3. That is what we are working on, is the 24 days of creativity out of the Meet-In Calendar. And today, when we opened it up, these were the art supply that was in there. So that is what we're using. And I didn't find them on the Meet-In site, so I pinned this most similar product that I had. But you can get this set if you get the Meet-In Advent Calendar, which has 24 days of art supplies, of art and creativity, which I love. Yesterday we opened up the day 2, and it was this postcard paper. It's a watercolor paper, and that's what we're using. Even though this is not a watercolor piece of art, we're using that paper that we opened up yesterday to do this. So, all right, I think I have that. I think I need to be darker right here. I'm glad I went with the gray on this too, y'all. Because I really was concerned about that being not looking as natural, but it really does. All right. Yes, I agree with that, Arm Technician. It is definitely the best way to grow as an artist. I have truly really grown a lot over the last few months going live, just because people are like, can you try this? And I've just started trying things, even if I'm uncomfortable with it, and really have seen a lot of growth in my art, because I'm willing to try things that are not necessarily something I would normally try. And it's because you guys suggested, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. And you're all like, you can do it. And we try it and it works. And I'm always amazed. And I'm grateful that this community has developed in a way that's comfortable to do that. Because people online can be cruel and mean, and it's very disheartening sometimes. And I think it says more about them than it does us, but at the same time, it's easy to internalize some of the rudeness of people. But you guys have been amazing, so I haven't had to worry about that, which has been nice. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, so there's where we're at with our candy cane so far. I'm not even sure. It's, let me look. I'll tell you what song it was. Oh, wait, it left me. It was, well, it was called Honeysuckle by Northwest Stories. It was the name of that song. All right, now we have to go to the leaves, guys. And this is where I'm kind of stressing because I'm not sure from a highlighting standpoint how I'm going to do that. I think what I want to do is the centers. Hang on, guys. I got to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Okay. I think I want to do, thank you, you guys. I'm just not sure how the highlighting should look on this. Now, if my light source is coming down like this, which is how I have it, the centers of these are going to be lighter. So I'm going to need to use, I'm going to use these two greens. So I'm going to use the sap green and the cobalt green. And I think I'm going to have to go in at an angle like this. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use the cobalt green first, and I'm just going to do one to start. And I'm going to do a really light hand until I figure out kind of how I want to do it. Because again, I've not used these before, and I've never done a drawing and then colored it, so I'm not really sure how that's supposed to, how I'm going to do it. So I do know that I need to have a vein up the center like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in. And then I think I'm going to go in with this darker green. Along the edges like this. And probably a little darker here. Okay, so now I'm going to come out with that same light, that same cobalt green a little further. So we've got the two greens, but I still want to leave the center fairly open for the light shading. And then we'll take the white and we'll blend it out again. And we'll just see what you guys think of this for our leaf. is I really don't know if I like that center like that, or if I want to fill it in and just go darker on the edges. I feel like I need to fill that in. Very lightly. And then I just need to be darker. Oh, you know what? I have to plug in my phone, y'all. About to die on me. Hang on. Ooh. Okay. All right, now I need to blend that out a little bit more. All right. That didn't look too bad. I still feel like this needs to be that cobalt green didn't work. We're not going to use that again. All right, that's not horrible. I just feel like it's missing something. I'm going to see if I have a different green in my other set that I can use to add to it. There's a darker green. I think this will work. I think it needs to have a darker green in it. I think this needs to be across like this. And then I feel like this dark green needs to be around the edges. Yeah, I like that better. Okay, now I'm going to use this and I'm going to bring some veins up. I do feel like it needs to have veins. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so there's that. So now we know how we're going to do it. So I'm going to take I'm going to use the sap green. And I'm going to fill the whole thing in. Well, actually I'm not, because I want them to look the same. So I'm going to do it in the same technique. I'm going to do the edges first. Go up the center with my vein. And blend that first. Then I'm going to go across it. And then I'm going to do the darker. You can do it with those two greens if you like. I just didn't like that cobalt green. So I pulled out my darker green out of my soft core set. Okay. And then give our veins. Okay. Blend that all together. And move on to the next one. Okay. All right. Thank you, Kimber. All right. So we are making progress on this, guys. I had no idea this was going to be what we were going to end up doing today. I mean, when you pull out an art supply out of an advent calendar, you just got to go with it. So that's what we did today. I'm a little concerned about tomorrow, though, because this is going to really start challenging me. I don't know what tomorrow's is, though. I'm about to look and see. I'm not going to tell y'all, but I need to know. I need to emotionally prepare myself. Oh, okay. I might can handle tomorrow's. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. Now let's blend this out. Then go across this light part. And then use the dark edges. I'm just going to kind of go in some spots too, darker. And then blend. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Oh, they definitely don't look like that one. I should have used that cobalt in it. You guys, I'm going to add it in. Needs to look the same. All right. It's pretty close. I feel like we need to add here. Okay. Not bad. Okay, so there we are with those. So now it's time to do the berries. And when we do the berries, we are going to do, I'm going to do the dark red. And I'm going to leave a little area like right there. As my highlight. And I'm going pretty heavy-handed and dark on these. And then I'm going to go in right down here with this brown or this burnt sienna and give it just a little bit of a shadow. And then I'm going to blend that out with the white. Okay. There's my berry. We'll do another one right here. And I'm going to leave that. And we are going to take this brown and we're going to go right along here and up this side. For our shadow. And blend that out. And then we're going to do this one. I don't want to leave my highlight on this one. I'm going to leave it right here. Y'all, this brown worked out. This burnt sienna worked out for these shadows on the red. Okay. All right, guys. Normally this would be the time where I would go, let's splatter it with watercolor paint, but that is not what we're doing today. Today we did a sketch, and it was an actual like drawing and a sketch onto this paper. What do you guys think about this? I mean, for the first time I've ever used these pencils, I think that it turned out good. There are definitely some mistakes on it that could be better next time. But it was a learning process and fun. And I've got to tell you guys that now that I've done this, I very much want to do it again. Like, I want to do more pencil. Now that I've done this, I very much want to do it again. Like, I want to do more pencil, colored pencil sketching. This was so much fun to learn and do. I had no idea how much fun it could be to draw and color your own drawing until today. So the whole point of this Meet an Advent calendar is to get out of our comfort zone and try new things. And that is what we did today, for sure. I don't know about you guys, but I was definitely out of my comfort zone. Now, I will upload this replay for you guys. It'll be under the 24 Days of Creative Christmas Advent playlist on my Tube of You. So you guys can get the replay there if you need it. But I think this turned out beautifully, considering I've never used any kind of oil colored pencils before. And we did it on the postcard paper that came in yesterday's in day 2. So day 2 was this Meet-in postcard paper. So I'm going to pull this up for you guys. It worked great for colored pencils. So if you're wanting to try to do some colored pencils, then this Meet-in paper works really good for that. So that's another lesson that I learned, is that watercolor paper can also be used for colored pencils. So reminds me of the vintage Christmas cards. Yeah, it does. It does kind of do that. I really like it. I feel like it's kind of plain, but also on like a card with some paper behind it. Like, remember when we did this in the watercolor? But like, check this out. If we put this here, look at how pretty that looks up next to that paper. So if we were to put this in on a card, it wouldn't look quite as plain. So, and it's, I mean, y'all, this is hand-drawn, hand-colored with colored pencils. Like, I can't believe, there's no way I would have imagined myself ever being able to do that a year ago or a year and a half ago when I started like focusing more on being a better artist. There's just no way. It would never have happened. So I feel very, very proud of this today, even if it's not perfect. It is incredibly, it's really nice to see that I was able to take an art supply that I wasn't prepared for, draw out the drawing, highlight, color, shade, all the things, and not have any experience with that medium. And I didn't know I could do this. So now I know that there's a medium that I have that's different from watercolors that I can actually work on and get better at. So this was a really fun project today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was day 3 of the Meet and Advent calendar. It was the oil-based colored pencils. I'm going to pull the meeting calendar up because I want you guys to know that they do have a few in stock still. If you haven't gotten this, I know it is, Jamie. It very much is. But yes, the cabin in the wood with the champagne glasses. Kaylin, you're going to stay on me. I'm going to have to do that at some point. But I'm going to tell you guys, though, that if you haven't gotten this meeting calendar, definitely pick it up because it's showing me that they've got about 80 left in stock. And it has 24 days of office supplies and, or not office supplies. Why do I have office supplies on my brain today, you guys? As 24 days of creative art supplies and creative things. So if you guys are wanting to have this specific set, you can get it in that because it's on day 3. However, this is the set that I use. Yes. So Jody, today, this is the first time I've ever used these types of pencils. Okay. These were day 3 of the Advent calendar, and they were oil-based colored pencils. And so the challenge today was to do an activity with these pencils. So that is what I did. And this was our watercolor candy cane that we did during our Christmas card series. And today we did this. And this is crazy, you guys, because, and I was just saying, Jody, I've never used them before. So this is the first time I've ever drawn something and colored it and highlighted it and shaded it all with pencils. I've never done that before. I had so much fun. I love, love, love it. And I'm definitely going to do more of it for sure. I have these pencils right here that are right down here. I have those and I love them. And these were very, very similar. Like actually right here, this section right here, I did with my other set because I wanted to see how they compared. So the set that I have, because I have 72 colors in this particular set, and the set that came in the Advent calendar was like, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it was only 12 colors. So I went ahead and pulled out this set because I wanted to see how it compared. And I did this one right here with these colors. And you can't tell the difference. Like they work very similar. These are soft core. These are oil based. I'm not sure that soft core isn't oil based, honestly, because they feel so similar that they very well may be. I don't know enough about them, but I can tell you that when I pulled the colors that were similar and did this section, they handled it exactly the same as if I were using these. So, you know, you can use your own judgment if you think you can tell the difference, but I cannot. I think they look the same and they colored the same and they felt the same. So I will be pulling this set that I have right down here out a lot more often and playing around with it more. And I'm going to be looking at some tutorials and things like that to try to learn a little bit more about how to do shading with these pencils, because this was such a fun drawing to do. Like I feel so accomplished because I drew it and I colored it and I shaded it and all the thing. Like I can't tell you guys. They're not watercolor pencils. They're just oil-based colored pencils. Thank you, Mom. I'm so proud of myself for doing this. because I was very, very uncomfortable and very nervous when I started today because I was not sure how this was going to turn out. And if you go back and watch the replay of this, when I get it uploaded to my Tube of You channel, I promise you're going to be able to tell at the beginning that I was very, very flustered as to what I was going to do. And so, and, you know, I tend to panic because, you know, making mistakes in front of people is hard. And, you guys are always so kind, and I'm thankful for that. It's not perfect, but it definitely is, in my opinion, beautiful. And for my very first colored pencil drawing, I am proud of it. And as a matter of fact, I've got it on this card as if I'm going to send it out, but I'm definitely not, because this is my very first one, and I'm going to keep it because I'm proud of it. And I've never, like I said, I've never done this before. So the fact that I was able to pull this off today makes me very, very proud of myself. So, and I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to be proud of my work when I've done something that I feel like was out of my comfort zone. So, so thank you guys for sitting through this with me and allowing me to learn as we went through this morning. And again, I mean, I'm definitely going to be pulling out my colored pencils more often and learning a little bit more, and we'll be doing hopefully some more of this on our daily lives too at some point. So tomorrow we will be doing day 4. Let's just go through what we've done so far on the meeting calendar. So we did the first day we had this brush. Let me pull up that meeting advent calendar for you guys. The first day we got this brush, this watercolor brush, but it can also be used for other things. It doesn't have to just be watercolors, but that was the first day. We did this painting with our Aura Sparkle pencil or pens. These are I'm just doing day 1, 2, and 3. That's what we're on right now, J-Clo. I'm not going to tell you anything after day 3. So if you haven't opened yours up yet, day 1, 2, or 3, don't look for sure. But this is day 1, and it was our Meeden travel brush. I really love it. It's beautiful and wonderful, and I will be using it often. And we painted this with it. Usually at 10 o'clock in the mornings, 10 Central Standard Time is usually when I come on. Unless I tell you otherwise, because there are some times that I have to do an evening one, but for the most part, it's 10 o'clock Central Standard. So, okay, day 2 were the Meeden watercolor postcards. So these are a hot press. It comes with 10 in a pack, and they come with the outline already around them. Okay, so that was day 2. And we painted this on day 2 with those. So this was our day 2. And then day 3 which was today, were these oil-based pencils. There's 12 of them. It was a set of 12 oil-based pencils, which I have never used before. So it was a definite step outside of my comfort zone. And this is what we did with those. So this was the drawing and coloring that we did with today's product. Okay. So we have now finished days 1 through 3 of the Meeden Advent Calendar. I'm excited about what comes next. And it's going to be an interesting day tomorrow as well, because it's not a watercolor medium. So again, we're going to end up with doing something that's kind of a little out of our comfort zone. All right, so I hope everybody's ready for that. Tomorrow, because I know what the product is tomorrow, we will be doing a mixed media piece tomorrow. So it's going to be, we're going to use those products, but we're going to use them with some other mediums as well. So that's what we will be doing tomorrow. I'm excited about that. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I'm going to tell you that it's definitely not watercolor. Okay. So, any questions on anything so far? Any questions about what we did today with the oil-based colored pencils, or the products that we used yesterday or the day before that came in day 1 and day 2? They, so far, this advent calendar has been well worth the money that it costs, because we have gotten 3 amazing art supplies. Bye, Jamie. I will see you tomorrow. If I'm not late, because, you know, I'm not on time. So I feel like that the Meet and Advent calendar has really living up to the hype so far. So I hope that you guys are enjoying it and enjoying doing the activities that we're doing together, and we'll do again tomorrow. So let's talk about something else, though. Let's move on to doing, let me just move my pencils out of the way. I'm going to add these pencils to my case. The great thing about, I have a case that holds a ton of pencils, and so I'm going to add these pencils to my case so I don't lose them. I'm going to put these up first, the ones that I pulled out of here. But I got this on this case at the big box place that you normally buy stuff that you get quickly. So I need to put this, oh, I don't know where this green came from. That's weird. Oh, right here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and see. I don't know if I have 12 spots left in this. I think I do. I'm going to put them in so that I have them. Come on, what's the deal here? Kind of have to shove it in there. Hopefully, if you don't have a case for them, then put them in like a tin or something on your desk. I keep all of my colored pencils in here so that I can just pull them all out at once. Why is this not going through? I've not ever had this many problems getting them in here. But look, I'm going to have just enough space for these pencils, and then this case is going to be full. But that's okay. I'm excited to have filled my case up today with pencils. I do have a Prisma set, but I keep them in their tin that they came in initially. So, all right. So now I have, da-da-da, those are the ones that are pinned. These are the ones that are pinned right here. These So Color ones. Yes, these are the ones that are pinned. And these are my favorite colored pencil of all time. I love them. I use them for so many things. I don't know if you guys have seen, I've got several videos on them, but I'll show you this. I'll show you kind of, I use them for coloring. So this is one of the pages that I did with these pencils in one of my coloring books. So, but today we drew this, but this is one of my coloring books that I've published, and I did this one, and then there's another. They're not watercolor, no. They are just soft core pencils that I just blend together. And then I have, let's see, there's a couple of different ones that I've done in this book. Somewhere there. This one is another one that I've done with those same pencils. So they make it fairly easy to blend. This is the one I'm working on currently. I've not finished it yet. because I just do a little bit at a time, and I open it, you know, when I'm just trying to relax and kind of shake off some of the craziness of the day. I don't have any in my shopping bag right now, any watercolor pencils. I generally will use my watercolor go-to is the Neo 2. But that, I don't know that I can get those on TikTok, but I will certainly look. Maybe tomorrow, I'll come on tomorrow. Between now and tomorrow, I will look and see what's available and see if I can find some good ones. I don't like to recommend anything that I don't know for sure that I love. So, but I will try to, I will look and see what's available in the TikTok shop for that. I do have some favorites that may not be available, but I can't talk about that because I will get in trouble by the TikTok gods. So you can reach out to me if you want, and I'm happy to talk about that. I already got a warning that popped up on my screen earlier about that. So when I was talking about my coloring book and where to get that. So I don't want to get myself in trouble. They'll kick me off. Okay, so that was, but these So Color Soft Core pencils are really good for like coloring. They're not watercolor, but they are good for like regular coloring. And I think I might even have one in this book. Let me see. I use them for this as well. This is my devotional book. So, and I use them for this. So, this particular book has a devotional that I've written, and then it has a coloring page to go with that devotional. So it's kind of like a creative time with God. So that is what this book is. So anyway, and again, you can get the LINK for this on my, thank you, Jody. You can get the LINK for this particular one on my TikTok page. And yes, the other ones came with the advent calendar, and they are not available, I don't think, on the Meeden site, but you can check. They might be on the Meeden page. I have not seen them, but I will go and look, and if they do, I'm going to add them to my showcase, and I'll have them linked on here tomorrow. But I had not. I looked this morning, but I was kind of in a hurry, so I don't know that I didn't miss them. But that's what we did this with, was those that came in the advent calendar. They're day 3 of the advent calendar. So if you guys haven't picked this up, grab it. There is also probably free shipping. Let me check and see if I've got anything going on with this one. Looks like there's a 30% off flash sale, and there is free shipping for the advent calendar. So if you guys are interested in grabbing that and getting all 24 of the supplies we're going to be using over the next, over this, up until Christmas Eve, then you can grab that. There's a few of those still left in stock, and it's worth every dime, I can assure you. Just the first 3 days have been amazing, all of the supplies that we've gotten. So I'm so excited about this, you guys. I really am. So excited. Okay, so any other questions about anything? Currently, the product that I am truly, truly in love with right now are these glitter Aura sparkle pens. I picked them up on a whim. I saw that they were retractable, and I was like, I don't need any more glitter pens. Like, I needed a glitter pen, like I needed a hole in my head. But they are amazing. They have this little, it's like a swatch, and you get a bag of these that are white and black, and you just color it, and you slide it down in the pen so you can see what it looks like on black and on white paper before you even start working with them. They are a roller ball pen on the tip, so they write very smooth. They're not They're not, they don't clog or streak or anything like that. So when I'm coloring with them, let me move this stuff out of the way. When I'm coloring with them, sorry, my grandson has been playing with my coloring books, as you can see. But when we color with these, they color super smooth. So you get a smooth look on your pages. I mean, they're like super shimmery. I don't know. It's hard for, I don't know if you can see the shimmer on them, but they have like, the shimmer on these is like really, really sparkly. See that shimmer? Very nice. I love these glitter pens because they have just this incredible shimmer. Now, the other thing I love about them is that they're retractable, so you don't have to worry about keeping up with your lids, which has been really great. These are not a Meeden product. No, they will not come in the calendar. And I have this is the 24 color set. I have the 72 color set on order because I ordered these and I loved them so much that I ended up getting the 72 color set the very next day. I love that I don't have to keep up with the lids because my grandkids are always using my glitter pens. And because of that, I am always losing the lids, which means that they dry up quicker. So these, I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to keep up with lids. And they are just super, super smooth and sparkly. Now the tip of these is not as skinny as some of your regular gel pens, but that is because they're a roller ball. And when you have a roller ball, you have to have a tip that's big enough for that ball to kind of move around. But it hasn't hindered anything that I've noticed in any of my coloring. So these are the beautiful little shimmery, glittery Aura Sparkle pens. And again, this is the 24 color set, but I ordered the 72 color set the very next day, and they should be here maybe today. Would be nice if they were here today. Oh, and I have to show you what I did with them. Hang on one second. I'm going to grab this because these turned out so stinking cute, and I wanted to try them on my earrings because you know I do watercolors for my earrings. So I'm going to pull them out for you guys to see them. I grabbed them. Now, one of these is done with a watercolor metallics, and one of these is done with the glitter pens. So this pair, I used the Meeden metallic watercolors to do this pair of earrings. Okay, so it does have a shimmer to it. It may not show up on camera as much, but it definitely has a shimmer to it. And then these I did with the Aura glitter sparkle pens, and you can definitely see the shimmer on these. So that is kind of the difference. So I love how these turned out with the sparkle pens. They're super, super sparkly. And I did the same thing with my church ones that I made. I did these cute little church earrings, and you know what? They're not put together yet. Let me just pull one of them so you can see it. So I use them on, this one's not put together, but you can see the silver sparkle on the snow. So I used them for that. And they turned out so cute. So these, I haven't put my findings on these yet, but yeah, so this is the metallic watercolor, which is a little bit more muted, and some people prefer that. And this is with the sparkle glitter pens. So it's the same set. It's just with 2 different mediums. Yay, I'm glad. Show and tell. Yay, 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 yay. So those are going to be, that's kind of like the difference. Like these, you can see the difference in the metallic watercolors versus the metallic glitter pens. So just in case you guys wanted to see that. Okay. All right. So any other additional questions about anything that we've used today? These glitter pens are awesome. I'm going to go ahead and finish out my flower here since I started him. Have you seen these tiny coloring books? They're so cute. They're they come in groups. They come in a pack of 5, and they're just like little quick creative breaks. I'm going to shift so you can see them. But yeah, this one is the plant one. They're just, I use them for like little quick creative breaks of just stopping for a minute in the middle of my day and just kind of doing something that's not work related, because I'm constantly creating for other people. So getting to do something for myself is sometimes hard to find time to do. But these quick little creative breaks with these coloring books are nice. These make great stocking stuffers, and they make great little gifts for like co-workers and stuff. Grab you a set of crayons from like a Dollar Tree or somewhere and then put them with them, and then you get 5 of these books, so you can get 5 different gifts out of this one set for, I mean, they're under like $5 a piece, I think. And they're great for stocking stuffers too, and they're great for saran ball. I've got several that are going in our saran ball this year, so when we do the saran ball game, we're going to have some little coloring books falling out of our saran ball game, which will be nice too. Teenagers that like to have something to do while they're, killing time at school and not listening to their teachers or whatever. These make a great little gift for that. But they are super fun and super inexpensive. So when you're looking for some really good stocking stuffers, these are great stocking stuffers. I mean, ours are going in our saran ball, but if I wasn't using them in my saran ball, I would have put them in stockings because they make a great stocking stuffer. Cute, cute, cute. I'm going to do this lime light green color now. And these pens are pretty awesome too. The pens are, I think, product number 6, if you're looking for the pens. These are my favorite glitter pens that I own, and I have many sets of glitter pens, but these are my very favorite. They're so sparkly and shiny. Okay. Sparkly and shiny, glittery. All right, now I'm going to do, let's see, I'm going to use this blue for the bottom of the pot. I love these coloring books. They're so cute. They have a lot of really good little designs in them too. And they don't take very long to do, so you take a quick little creative break in the middle of your day. Catch your breath, reset your brain, all the things. I know that days can get really stressful, so if you have them sitting on your desk or give them to your coworkers so they don't stress out so bad, these are great little gifts for stuff like that. The tiny book. This one's the potted plant version, but it comes with 5 different ones, and there are a ton of different cute little pages in them. So like, has a little mushroom house. I mean, look how cute these are. Look, it's a little, what is that? What is that show that has this in it? I can't remember. Hey, Pat. So cute. Love these so much. Okay, so those are a really good stocking stuffer as well. The other thing that we used on day 1 was, besides these glitter pins, was the, hi Kim, how are you? Was the Meeden travel palette. And this travel palette is awesome because it comes with your 50 different watercolors. Yes, the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, that's it. So, sorry, I was catching up on comments. So we used this, and we did this with these paints. And it turned out really, really cute. We just blended colors out as we needed them, and then we used our glitter pens to give it accents on top. But this palette comes with a brush. It comes with a pencil. Why is that not going down? There we go. It comes with a pencil. It comes with one of your water brushes. It comes with a sponge, an eraser, tape to tape off your edges, paper clips to maybe clip your paper onto a hard surface if you need to, and 50 different watercolors. And it has got a crazy amazing price with it because watercolors are not cheap. Yes, Little Shop of Horrors. Yes, Little Shop of Horrors. So Kim, this one it's pinned right down here. And it is a great little, yes, Audrey, thank you. Laura, you got it. I knew that you guys would know. Okay, so we used this. We did not use the brush. We used the brush that came in the advent calendar because that was the thing that we were using. So this was the brush that came in the advent calendar for day 1. And this was our day 1 project. And since it was a travel brush, I was like, let's do a travel palette too. So we used the travel palette for the first time, and I really liked it. Now, there's one thing I'm going to tell you about this particular palette is that you need to have, hang on, let me get this wet so it can go in here better. You need to make sure that you condition it before you use it. So spray it really good with water before you use it, because I had to really rub before I sprayed it, and then I sprayed it down and it worked perfectly. So you definitely want to condition your paints before you use them. But this is a really good price on a set with 50 colors in it. Watercolors are not cheap, and I'm going to tell you, I wonder if this will fit in here, because I don't use these brushes very often. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not a huge fan of these. But my travel brush would fit in there. I don't think, no, it's going to fall out though. Darn it. Darn it, darn it. I was hoping it might fit without falling out. But this set has like a marker. I mean, it's got everything you need, and it all fits in here, closes up in this little travel kit that's, you know, will fit down in your bag. So it's a great little palette. It also comes with this accordion print paper that you can use to maybe practice if you want. It comes with a pack of stickers, which are super cute, that match. These are just kind of bonuses that come with it. But this palette, I think my biggest deal is that, you know, getting a palette with 50 colors is expensive. And you can definitely, this is a good price. Now, this is it's meant to be a travel palette. It doesn't have to be, obviously. But mine is going to live in my motorhome so that when I travel, I don't have to pack all my paints. I can just take this with me and use it. So it's the perfect size to stick down in your bag or to put in a stocking for someone or anything. Yes, Kim, it's a really good price on this. So, I think that, I don't have this. I thought I had it linked, but I didn't. There we go. Now it's linked below. Sorry. But it's a good little travel palette. So, and it's got 50 different colors, and, they are really good, really creamy and buttery and have high pigment. As you can see, we painted this with them, and it was, we had a fun time painting this. I think it was really fun. So I love this one. This is this is one of my favorites for the year. We've done a lot of cards this year. We did a whole set of 10 Mead and Christmas cards with the Mead and watercolor paper. And but this is one of my favorites. Now, I did not do this on the Mead and paper. I did this on the Tox paper, but this is one of my favorite cards. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I like him too, though. He's a little gnome with a tree on his head. And these trees were kind of whimsical, cute little trees. So, yeah. So anyway, but you can see that the pigments are really bright and very pigmented. They blend really well. So, I have enjoyed this little travel palette here. And this is a really good gift for like an artist who you want to stick it down in their stocking, or if you're not, somebody that you're not necessarily going to buy a, $100 professional set from or for, but you want to get them, something art related that they enjoy. This is a great palette for that. Sorry, I'm taking a sip of my coffee. Okay. All right. So I think that is everything that I wanted to cover today. We did do the Grabby Calendar series. We just finished that up. I'll show you that really quickly before I get off of here. And this has been so much fun, you guys. This has been one of my favorite series that we've done on live so far. We actually did each day We went through each day together and worked and painted it together, and it was so fun to do. Sorry, I'm looking for my light so you guys can see it better. I'm going to put my light on here so you guys can see. There we go. All right, so this was January. And we did February. I'm going to turn them upside down. We did March. Thank you, Stacey Lee. I'm so glad you supported my showcase. I appreciate that so much. And this is April. Love Laurel Ray. Thank you so much for your purchase. You are going to love all of those things. Those pencils are super, super fun. Super fun. You're going to really love those pencils for sure. I mean, you're going to love it all, but the pencil, I love pencils. So, all right. So this was the month of May. This was June. This was July. Y'all, I had so much fun doing this calendar. This is for my BFF for Christmas. And we painted each one live. And the tutorials are available. They're already uploaded. So if you guys are looking to see the replays, you can get those on my Tube of You. And you can get that on my TikTok page. You'll see the LINK. Here is November and December. And December, we use those sparkle pens for our ornaments and our stars. Super cute, y'all. These came out. I am in love with this calendar. As a matter of fact, I ordered another one. It just came in 2 days ago, and I will be painting another one just as another Christmas gift for someone else. This one's going to my BFF. But I'm going to get another. I'm going to paint another one, and I'm not going to do it on separate paper like I did this one. I did this one on separate paper because I didn't trust myself not to mess it up. I was afraid I would mess it up and not be able to start over. So I did it on separate paper and then glued it to the calendar. But the second calendar that I do, I'm going to paint directly onto the calendar. It is watercolor paper, and it is a very good watercolor paper. I just didn't trust myself. So thank you, Marlena. So I did it differently, but I'm not on my second one. My second one, I'm not going to do that. I am for sure going to paint it directly onto the paper because I think it'll look better. But my BFF is going to love it either way. So there's not going to be, she's not going to care that I did it on separate paper. So I don't really care. But my favorite month is either August or September. These are my two favorites for sure. I love the colors in this one. And then I love October too, though. Don't get me wrong. October's a pretty one as well. I'm not a huge fan of November. That was a challenging one for me. And then December. So that is the Grabby Calendar series that we did, you guys. I hope that and those of you who missed any of those can get the replays. All right. You guys can grab the replays on on my Tube of You channel. Okay. All right. Any questions about that before I hop off of here? I am going to jump off and make me some lunch. I have had a blast hanging out with you guys today. We did this the first day with our brush. We did this the second day with our postcard paper that they gave us. And then we did this today. Maybe if I can find it. What did I do with it, y'all? Uh-oh. I can't find my drawing. What did I do with my drawing? My drawing. Maybe I stuck it over here. Oh, man. And it was so good, too. I did it with colored pencils. This is the first colored pencil drawing I've ever done. And I don't know what I did with it. I stuck it somewhere. Oh, well. Not important. Oh, here it is. Ta-da! Okay, so we did these with the colored pencils that came in the Meet and Advent calendar, which are right here. So that Meet and Advent calendar, day 3 was colored pencils. And so we used the colored pencils to draw and color this candy cane. And guys, just in the first 3 days of having this Advent calendar, we have done so much. I mean, we've gotten so many cool art supplies. We've gotten a brush, a really nice professional travel brush. We've gotten a whole pack of these watercolor postcards, and we've gotten a whole 12 pack of these colored pencils. I know, it is so fun, show and tell. I'm telling you, it is the bomb. I've been having like so much fun with it. Girl, me too. I mean, the only reason I have it is because Meedum was nice enough to send it to me, because I would have, I wouldn't have been able to either. So, but they sent it to me. They reached out and asked if I would be willing to do it. And I was like, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Why even ask? Just send it to me. So, but I will tell you that, just so you know, if you click on this, you're going to get the free shipping and the discount, but also TikTok is giving coupons away right now. Some of them as much as 50 and 60% off for over a certain amount. So you might see what it offers it for you. So, if you're in the affiliate program, Show and Tell, you very well may. I mean, they're usually really good about, giving out free samples to people who are in the affiliate program. So definitely reach out to them and see, for sure. Anyway, this is what we did today. I love it. I did pin these pencils that I use that are very similar to the ones that are in the Advent calendar right here. So these are the pencils that I actually did this section right here with these pencils, just so you guys could see how similar they were. So when we did this today, I pulled out those pencils and did this section right here. And you can't even tell a difference really. And they color exactly the same. They feel really nice. I love Meet Indiana. I think that they're priced really, really well for the quality of their products. There are a lot of companies out there whose price point is lower, but the quality is also lower. There's also some products out there that are higher, but the quality isn't cohesive with the price. So with Meeden, I feel like it is a fair price for the quality that you get. Now, there are, by all means, there are some amazing watercolor sets out there that don't compare to this, but they're super pricey. And when you're looking at something that pricey, some of us, myself included, I'm not going to fork over $150 for, 6 colors of watercolors. I just can't do it. It just is not justifiable to me. So, for me, like for this, this price right here is like, I think this is under $30 and you get 50 colors. So, I did this with that palette. And if you look at this, I mean, the colors are bright and vibrant. They blend really easy. They're smooth. So like, I feel like that the Meeden products are reflective of their price. So yeah, that would be my answer to that question. I hope that helps. How do these pencils feel compared to Castle Art or Artix? I think they're better. I think they feel softer. And I like the fact that the tips don't break. Like you can press really hard and the tips don't break. And that is, for me, that's a plus, because when you're talking about softcore pencils, you can definitely get some that tend to break when you press too hard, and they don't. So I like that about them. I have not tried the Castle, but I've tried the Arctic. So that's what I'm referring to when I say that. So sorry, I'm opposite. I've tried the Castle, but not the Arctics. So that's what I'm referring to, is the Castle brand. So, but yeah, I mean, you can, most soft cores are kind of, most soft cores are going to be a little flimsy when you press too hard. You know, they're going to tend to flake. And one of the things I don't like about any soft core pencil is that when you press super, super hard and you start like coloring, you end up with a lot of like dust, kind of like dust on your page. But that's with any soft core pencil, you're going to have that. But the lead isn't going to break off. Like for these, the lead doesn't break off. Like these, the lead is solid and it won't, snap when you're coloring. And I've had that problem with some other, even really high price brands, because I also have the P brand, the one that starts with a P, that's a very common high priced colored pencil. And those, they do break when you press on them hard enough. So, but I love soft core because they blend so much better. And if you get the firmer pencils, it's harder for them to blend. And so I think that's why I love the soft core so much. But I mean, again, it's Laura, thank you for your purchase. I appreciate that so much. I thank you for supporting my showcase. You're going to love that calendar. Oh my goodness. And you're going to love the travel kit you got too. Yep, for sure. You're going to love both of those. Thank you for purchasing off my showcase. I appreciate that. Absolutely, Deanna. And if you have any questions, I try to answer them. I'm not a trained artist. I simply purchased a thing of watercolors and started learning on my own, and over about a year and a half ago. And I've started just kind of doing tutorials for fun, and it helps me to get out of my comfort zone because I'm trying things that I've never tried before. Today was definitely out of my comfort zone because they had me pull out the colored pencils, and I absolutely have never used them to draw and color before. So this was my very first colored pencil drawing I've ever done, and I love how it turned out. Thank you, Deanna. And I think that I'm going to do more of them for sure. Like I'm definitely I'm going to start doing some more colored pencil stuff and practicing with that medium, because I don't, yes. Thank you, Stacey Lee. I know you draw a lot with pencils, so you're much, much more versed at it than I am. I bet your candy cane turned out really nice today. I want to see it when you get it finished, if you haven't finished it yet. But yeah, so I feel like that it's one of those things where it's not a medium that I've ever really thought about playing around with, but because I did the advent calendar and it's kind of forcing me to get out of my comfort zone, I went ahead and pulled these pencils out, and I love, love, love. Oh yeah, okay, oil pastels, yeah. They have their oil pastels are nice. I have their 48 color set, I think, of their oil pastels, and I've used them quite often, and I love them. So, but yeah, their oil pastels are sold out right now. So I was noticing that today when I was looking through their site, that they're sold out of their oil pastels. So, oh yay, okay, I want to see it. Send it to me, Stacey Lee. So anyway, this was the first time, though, that I had done like a full pencil drawing and a full coloring of pencil, because usually I'll draw it out and I'll do watercolors. So I drew it out today, and then I did everything with the pencils and shaded it and everything, highlighted and all the things. And I've never done that before. It was a lot of fun, though. And I intend on learning more about this medium for sure. I will be looking up all the things on YouTube and on TikTok, and all the ways I can find tutorials to learn how to do this. I will be looking them up because I want to learn more, because this was so fun. So this is it was like a gateway for me, which is probably not good because I have so many, I have so many art supplies, y'all. I do, but that's okay. It brings me joy. Brings me joy, brings me joy, brings me joy. So that's what I have to remind myself. It brings me joy. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off of here. So if anybody has any other questions before I hop off, please pop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to hop off and have some lunch. And I made some homemade pizza dough, and I'm going to make me a homemade pizza for lunch today. And then this afternoon, I am going, no, you can never have too many art supplies. You are exactly right. That is my motto that I live by. But I'm going this afternoon to my daughter's house, and we're going to can up homemade cranberry juice and homemade sangria for the entire year. We always do that this time of year because it's November when the cranberries come out. So I'm going to be going and doing that this afternoon with her. So I'm super excited about that because we only have 2 jars of cranberry juice left from last year, and then we're out. So it came around at the perfect time. So we're going to be doing that today. So you can look for that on our homesteading channel. We'll be probably posting that video of the sangria when we get it all done. It'll probably be up on our homestead channel. So you guys can see that video there. All right, guys, I am going to get off of here. I appreciate everybody who purchased. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who supports my showcase every single time. You guys have no idea how much it is helping our family, especially this time of year at Christmas when oftentimes we don't have what we need to get those gifts for those special people in our lives. And every purchase that you make off my showcase is helping us to do that. And I'm just very, very grateful for that. So thank you guys so much. And every time somebody purchases from my showcase, I do a happy dance. So I'm very, very thankful for you guys. And I will see you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be doing the Advent Calendar Day 4. We're going to be pulling that supply, and we're going to be playing around with it. Deanna, thank you for the follow. And so I will see you guys again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for another tutorial on the Meet-In Advent Calendar Day number 4.